We good to go?
It feels like the perfect night for Swiftcast, a Taylor Swift podcast by the fans for the fans.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 25.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Sup?
This is Belle.
Ashley.
Haley.
And Nate.
And we're hoping you guys are having an awesome week. It is October now. Halloween's coming up. Yay, my favorite holiday.
Who's gonna be Taylor?
I was thinking about being Grant, but I don't know if I can pull off the hair.
I'm gonna be Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
I was thinking about being Grant last year.
Nate, I want to see your Ed Sheeran outfit.
I was joking.
I
But...
think Grant would let it go to his head if people dressed up as him.
Yeah, he might be a little happy. Speaking of Grant, I heard that he took Claire ring shopping.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
Perhaps there might be another agency wedding in the future. So we'll see what happens in the future with that. Yay. We wanted to remind you guys to press the subscribe button on iTunes, and that way that when we do new episodes, it'll automatically download for you. And you won't have to go to our page and download them and see when the new episode's coming out. It just kind of happens automatically, so it just makes it easier for you. And also, another reminder, we now have a store, and that's at cafepress.com, Swiftcast stuff. We have various merchandise, and I think we're going to add a cool, possibly amusing, some mystery Halloween design in the very near future that I'm working on. So make sure to check that out. Buying anything from our store, whether it's like a t-shirt or a tote bag or a sticker or whatever, it just helps us because we love to bring the show to you guys for free, but it does cost us a little bit to produce it, so that just helps us continue to bring the show to you and everything. So, yeah, that's a great way to help support us. Now, unfortunately, the U.S. leg of the Red Tour is over, so we can't talk about the latest Red shows. Sad panda.
Sad face.
But we do have some other stuff to talk about, so.
I'm glad we made it to the last ones of the tour, though.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
US.
We did have an epic time, and in case you guys missed it, both episode 23 and 24, we definitely talk about the tour and the last Nashville shows and everything, so if you missed those episodes, you should go back and check them out.
Unless you want to be surprised for the other legs. For everybody abroad.
True. Speaking of abroad
then
things...
don't go back. Go back after you see it, and then listen to it.
So, the first European dates have been announced within the past couple of weeks. Taylor announced 4 shows for London, England in February 2014. So first she announced shows on February 1st, 2nd, and 4th, and then she added a 4th show on the 10th due to such high demand. So, it sounds like she's going to be hanging out in London for at least a couple of weeks there.
Well, she does love London.
And I
So,
would imagine
Crazy.
that she probably has other European cities already planned around that time that she hasn't announced. These were announced earlier because they actually leaked. The Glamour UK article where they just interviewed her mentioned it, and that article I think came out a little bit earlier than they expected. So she announced those dates, but I would assume that she's going to announce more dates by the end of this month.
I hope she does. For the sake of all those international Swifties out there.
But if you are trying to go to the London shows, the tickets are currently on sale.
I want to
Yay!
go.
I wonder how much a plane ticket to Europe is right now. So.
I may have
Probably
already looked this up.
Oh.
We
kind of a
may
lot.
have checked it out. Dang it. And any awesome listeners out there want to fund us a London trip? But I'm sure you guys are going to have an awesome time. All of you London Swifties and international Swifties that are having shows coming to you next year. Sad for us because we don't get any more, but happy for you, so yay.
But don't forget, the Red Tour isn't over this year. It's going to New Zealand and Australia in November.
True.
So November 29th is when the first show over there is.
Yay. Another place I really want to go is Australia, New Zealand, but again, plane tickets, money. Sad.
Yep.
One day.
One day. But yeah, you guys will have an awesome time, I'm sure. So guys, it's time for...
Keeping
Up with
Swift!
Woohoo!
So there's some pretty exciting news for those of you who are on Twitter. Now, some of you may know, I'm sure a lot of you do, that Taylor never really changes her profile picture on Twitter, but It's about time. I mean, it's a pretty monumental occasion because she has finally changed her profile picture.
Dun dun
So,
dun.
it's a big day. So it's big news. So I don't know. She seems to kind of only change it like at the end or the start of like a new era. So I don't know. Maybe it might be a teaser of things to come for album 5. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? So on that note, she also got a haircut. So pretty big news, I'd have to say.
So, to the person who was asking me to tell her in my meet and greet to change her profile picture, which I did not tell her, I think she got your message.
The best thing about this picture, though, is like somebody had put it like in comparison with a handful of older pictures that she had that says, and then with the caption of one of her quotes that said, "I'll never change, but I'll never stay the same." And then, all of them, she has her hands like up behind her head like that, the quote unquote looking for a hair tie look. So I thought that was really cute, and it is kind of a nice way to like of her to sort of do the same poses no matter how she physically like changes her look, because in a way it kind of keeps people familiar with her even though she's growing and changing.
That's true. Very true.
Also, Taylor recently attended a movie premiere for Romeo and Juliet, and I didn't even know they'd remade it for like the umpteenth time, but cool. I don't even know who stars in it. She looked really nice. She had her bangs kind of brushed to the side, and she was wearing this really kind of simple, like off-whitey, beigey floral gown type thing. And if you guys are more curious about her outfit, you should probably check out our affiliate, TaylorsWiftsCloset.com. Jamie might have some more information on that dress and where it came from. Don't really know anything about the movie. Sorry.
Well, Taylor's friend Haley Steinfeld is one of the stars. That's why she was at the premiere.
Oh, I missed that fact. Thank you.
There were a lot of really cute pictures of them together on the carpet.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense now. I was like, that's an interesting thing for... Okay, cool. I dig it. But that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that's cool. Is she playing Juliet?
I think so.
I wonder how many times they're going to remake that.
Probably a lot.
Yeah. I just remember being a little kid and watching, the Claire Danes and Leonardo DiCaprio version.
Yeah.
That was interesting. An interesting interpretation.
Yeah, she is playing Juliet.
She's playing Juliet. I wonder, is it like actually done in the old days, or is it modernized?
It looks kind of modernized from the movie poster. Because they're wearing normal clothes.
Alright. Well, I will have to check it out, and maybe you guys should too, to support Taylor's friend.
Romeo is being played by a guy named Douglas Booth, who I've never really heard of before.
Neither have I.
So, also, speaking of movies, I know we've all been waiting not so patiently for a little while now for Sweeter Than Fiction to officially be released. And finally, it has an official release date.
Yay!
Yay!
So, as you know, it's going to be on the One Chance movie soundtrack, and the soundtrack is coming out on October 21st in the UK, and then October 29th in the US and Canada.
So we get it before Halloween. Yay!
I hope they don't
Less than
make
2
it one of
weeks.
those things where you have to download the entire album from iTunes to get the song.
Yeah, that would be a pain.
But since it's Taylor, they probably know it'll sell enough on its own to make it separate.
That's true. We'll have to see how they do that.
So Diet Coke has some cool news. So they will be soon releasing Taylor Swift special collector cans. And all we've heard so far is Walgreens is going to have them. A source revealed that they got them delivered there. So be checking your local stores around you for them.
I'm pretty sure Target will have them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Target. And I will let everybody know the moment I see them.
I saw a picture of them. I first saw a picture of them like a couple months ago, and I almost didn't think that it was real. I thought it was just something someone photoshopped because they looked so cool.
Yeah, I want a few cans. I think we have
too.
I think someone actually tweeted us last week or something that they're like, I really want these upcoming collector cans, but I'm afraid I would just drink the Coke. Or something along those lines.
Well, I feel like maybe you should drink it and then like figure out a way to like preserve only the can itself.
Fair point.
I don't know what exactly to do with an aluminum can memento, but I have a feeling I'm going to find out.
I'm proud of myself because I got one of the Diet Coke cans from one of the Red shows, and I kept it, and I still haven't drank it yet, so it's very cool. I'm proud that I haven't.
A Red Show collector's can.
I know. I never got a straw, though. I really wanted one of those
Yeah,
straws.
I
I
never
asked
did
every
either.
single show.
I didn't either.
11 shows and I never got a straw.
Yeah. Every single show I asked, nothing.
Sad. Well, that's all the news we have for today, but we are going to be moving on to something equally as awesome. Mini segments!
Mini segments.
Yay!
I love mini segments.
So our first one comes from Enchanted Forever on TC, and it feels like the perfect night to stay up until 1 a.m. listening to Swiftcast.
We fully
Yeah.
support you. Our next one is also from Enchanted Forever TC. When you have a horrible day and the only person who understands you is Taylor. Swifty problems. Yeah, I think we've all definitely been there.
We have a third one, also from Enchanted Forever on Taylor Connect. It feels like a perfect night to reminisce on the Red Tour and wish I was there now.
Oh,
Me
Agreed.
too!
Don't remind me. Oh, jeez.
I remember it all too well.
Yeah.
Our next one, it comes from You'd Rather Love on Twitter. Waiting since 4th grade for a Taylor concert and finally going, Red Tour memories.
Congrats!
Yay!
All right, and our next one comes from You'd Rather Love again on Twitter, and they said, dressing up like Swifty 1 and 2 with my friend and making tutus. Red Tour
I
problems.
saw those pictures. They were so cute. Our next one is from TaffyGirl04 on Twitter. When Taylor winked at me in Chicago, one day I hope to meet her and thank her. Lots of love for Taylor in Indiana. That's Red Tour memories. Yay!
Our next one comes from Swifty1307. Meeting Tay and her telling me my ex needed a song about him, and her telling me I looked like her, and I had the most gorgeous eyes ever. Red Tour memories.
Aw, that's nice.
Aw.
Our next one is from at AshleySwift1313 on Twitter. Living 30 minutes away from the dance studio Taylor has been going to, and not having the time to go there. Swifty problems.
Ah, get on that. What are you doing?
Yeah, we need someone to find out what she's doing there.
I tweeted earlier, not about the dance thing, but I'm like, if I lived near the gym Taylor went to, I'd be going there every day. Just
I know,
because
right?
she
I would
goes
be in
there,
such good shape.
not to see her.
That would be great.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh yeah.
I saw on Twitter today, I have no idea if this is true at all, but somebody said that fans met Taylor, I guess, at this dance studio, and that she told them that she's filming a video for Holy Ground.
It was, they met her at the gym. That's why I said if I went to Taylor's gym.
Oh, yeah.
They met her at the gym, and they asked why she was going to the dance studio. And they said it's because they're doing a video for Holy Ground about something, a dance studio kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird.
If that's true, I think it'll be really awesome.
That'll
That would be really
interesting,
cool.
Yeah.
I really always thought that song needed a video.
Yes.
So anyway, getting back to our mini segments here. Our next one comes from Brian. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Brian Dubanowick on Twitter. And he says, I just bought Taylor Swift Diet Coke, but I don't want to open up the box and mess it up. But I want to drink it. Swifty problems.
That must have been what I saw.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, where'd you buy that?
Where did you get that, Brian?
Where did you get that? And our next one is from Joel Hudson on Facebook. My favorite Red Tour moment is hanging out with Mama Swift while Taylor was on the B stage in Tacoma.
Awesome.
That was pretty cool.
And our last mini segment for this week is from Taylor Waters on Facebook, and this is her Swifty bucket list. Meet Taylor, meet Meredith, get pit tickets, get one of Taylor's guitars, go to one of Taylor's concerts on each tour, go to Club Red, get Taylor's autograph, work with Taylor, get a picture with Taylor, and sing a duet with Taylor.
Wow.
Some of those are very ambitious.
Extremely
Good luck.
ambitious.
Well, thank you everybody for those mini segment submissions, and keep them coming for future episodes. Yay! And here's where we were going to bring you Jamie's fashion update from TaylorSwiftCloset.com, but she is unfortunately sick this week, so she'll be returning next week to give you guys all the latest on Taylor's latest outfits. And now we are returning with a shorter version of our fan project segment.
So, this isn't really an ongoing fan project, but it's about a fan project, and it's really cool. As some of you may have seen, Taylor tweeted a photo earlier this week of her baking at her house in LA with Kelly Osbourne. And in her kitchen, they're in her kitchen in the photo, and behind them, you could see that, like, on Taylor's cabinet or counter, like, basically in her kitchen behind her, she had a whole bunch of pictures of fans holding up hand hearts, which was really, really cute, and everybody was freaking out about it, that Taylor has pictures of fans in her kitchen. And actually, I know the person who created this project, and her name is Tanya. She's at TanyaXOH on Twitter. And basically what she did was, during the Speak Now tour, asked a bunch of fans to send them pictures of themselves doing hand hearts. And then she put each picture on a refrigerator magnet and gave the whole set of them to someone on Taylor's team. So obviously they made it to Taylor and she really liked it and put them up in her kitchen.
That's really cute, and it's really sweet to know that she, like, not only gets, you know, people's projects, but also, like, displays them for herself. Like, that's really cool. I'm sure that everybody that's doing projects is probably, like, gonna like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's incredible. That kind of is, like, all the more reason to give things to Taylor, almost.
Yeah. And that way she know, no matter what's going on in her life, she can look at her, you know, all the stuff that people have done for her and know that people out there are caring about her. That's awesome. Now that the Red Tour is over in the U.S., if you guys have new, fresh projects, please submit them and we'll read them on the show. And now we're going to bring to you our lovely main discussion. So we were looking over this thing on, I think it was dailynews.com, that had sort of a segment about Taylor's Glamour UK article. And Taylor was talking about, like, how she chooses to handle, like, both the praise and the criticism from fans, from the public, from media, and, like, how she basically copes with all of that. And I thought that was kind of an interesting thing to talk about because I definitely kind of feel like that's something that we can all relate to in our own lives, even if, you know, her situation is a lot more extreme than most people's. Like, dealing with the outside world and what everyone else thinks of you is, I think, just something that, like, I mean, what we're growing up and even as we're adults, like, with something that we still all kind of struggle with and deal with. And I mean, one of the reasons that I think we're all sort of, you know, inspired by being Taylor fans is because she does have amazing coping methods.
It's very true. I mean, that's a huge part of, you know, why I'm a fan of her. So, I mean, she's very tactful. I mean, very, I don't know. Yeah, the way she handles herself is really, I mean, it really is, it's incredible. It's almost like no other out there, so.
Everything. I mean, take, for example, the CMT Awards, when, you know, Florida Georgia Line was playing Cruise, and everyone else was just kind of standing there because they know the cameras are on them, and she's just being herself. She's just being goofy and doing her little dance and having fun, and her brother's kind of sitting there looking like, oh, is this going to stop anytime soon? But it was really funny. But that's, like, the thing I love about Taylor is she knows that people are going to make fun of her. She knows that people are going to, whether she does that or whether she makes her surprised face because she actually is surprised because she still has, you know, this humble attitude with herself and everything else. Like, she knows what people say about her, but she also knows, like, to not let that dictate her actions and behavior, to make her choices and to live her life. And I think that Taylor has this amazing way of, like, trying to live her life in a sense like she's not famous.
And it helps that, you know, she knows herself well enough that if she reads the negative things about her, it's going to bring her down, so she just doesn't. I'm a very curious person, and I want to know what people say about me all the time. So if I see somebody talking about me, or, like, hear somebody saying that they were talking about me, I'm that curious person, but like, oh, what did they say? And then, you know, it really gets to you. But she knows, like, she has a way of just not, you know, falling into that trap of needing to know who says what about her. And it shows how strong she is to stay away from that temptation.
I think that having the combination of what Haley just said, and then also knowing I'm not going to make my choices based on what other people might say, but I'm also, and I'm going to actually I'm going to sort of tie our Taylor quote into the main discussion because they're all about the same thing. And her quote is, that we were going to discuss is, just because there's a hurricane going on outside of your window doesn't mean you have to look at it. And, like, with what Haley said is, you know, how she's a very curious person. I have the same problem. I think I've come a long way in the last, like, 3 years or so of really, like, removing myself to a certain point from negative situations. Like, it's hard not to, like, if you know something's going on and you know somebody's talking about you, it is hard not to look. I'm sorry, but curiosity is human nature. It is hard not to want to know what's being said, because there's the part of you that's going to automatically feel defensive and et cetera, but, like, I think Taylor has reached a point, you know, when she's just like, you know what, like, caring about what other people are saying all the time is going to make you, like, want to try and change your behavior to avoid being talked badly about, and then when you do that, you lose who you are. And so, in order to keep your life as genuine as possible, you have to, like, develop a certain amount of self-discipline and, like, take yourself, like, you can't control what other people are going to say and do, but you can control to a degree what you expose yourself to. And I think that's, like, kind of where Taylor is going with that, and I think that's an incredibly good point, because, frankly, you know, for an example, if somebody was going on Twitter ranting about me right now, if I don't know anything about it, I'm not going to go to sleep feeling like crap for it. And if I don't go and look at somebody's Twitter that I know doesn't like me, then I'm cool. It doesn't matter whether they do or don't say anything about me, because I'm not going to notice. And I think that's the attitude she has taken. She doesn't go out of her way to look, like, she's talked about how she stopped Googling herself because she doesn't want to look at articles when people are bashing her. She doesn't want to know. And she probably, I mean, I don't know, this is just a guess, but she probably tells her people, like, you know what, unless it's, like, relevant to my career or important, don't tell me.
I'm sure she does it like that. I would. With the amount of criticism she gets.
Yeah, I'd be like, don't bring it up unless it's actually something I need to address, like if it's that serious, or if it's like somehow very important to me. Other than that, you know what? You handle it. You're my people. It's what I pay you for. Don't bring it to me.
Yeah, actually, I was kind of having a laugh with someone the other day about this quote, because Taylor says such the wisest things. We were like, I wonder if Taylor is the one who actually comes up with these quotes. So I don't know if we were just kind of having a laugh about it, but I know she does. So just because there's a hurricane going on outside your window doesn't mean you have to look at it. It's very wise words.
It is. She's a very metaphorical person, so I can see her, you know, just coming up with this.
It's like, you can go out there and stomp and cry all you want. I'll be in my room playing Monopoly. Have a nice day. The Glamour magazine that this article that we're talking about has a beautiful new photo shoot. Taylor's on the cover. You guys should definitely check it out. Yeah, I just think that she definitely kind of opens up in it about, you know, how she handles her life. And I think that, you know, as a fan, you guys would all benefit from thinking about what she says. I know that I have. Anyways, let's go on to something fun, and that's our giveaways. Hi! So we are still doing one giveaway right now. It's our iTunes giveaway, and all you have to do is go to our iTunes page and give us a 5-star rating and leave us a review. And this is really helpful for us because it helps us know, like, what you like or dislike about the show. And also, the more ratings and reviews we get, like, the higher we rank on iTunes, which makes it easier for other Swifties to find us. So it helps you, it helps us, and everybody's happy, and that's awesome. And also, once we get to 50 reviews is when we're going to pick our winner, and we're going to pick the winner at random out of everybody who's left us a review. And they win a pair of red guitar picks and a red sticker.
So review.
Do it.
Or Haley's going to come after you.
Review or yeah, exactly.
We'll send the little one after you.
We'll send Haley's 5-year-old after you, exactly. We will check back with you guys in episode 26, but for episode 25, this has been Belle,
Ashley,
Haley,
and Nate.
Wishing you guys an awesome week.
Alright, see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out, Swift Scouts.
We are in no way directly affiliated with Taylor Swift.